my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Here we are doing the monthly readings for all zodiac signs. This is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. In reference to Saturn going into Capricorn. It is its ruling planet, and it's going to affect every and each single zodiac sign depending on the house it lands on. So what does this mean? This means that depending where Saturn goes into your house, that's where it's going to play out the most. That's where you're going to feel it for the coming 2.5 years. And certain issues or circumstances may arise based on the fact of how it's going to play out. Now, Saturn is the karma planet. It's all about hard work and labor, putting effort, and slowing things down. It is the slow but steady type of energy, as Saturn is all about that. It's about being methodical in your investments, in money and finances, and, you know, wanting growth or whatnot, materializing something long-term, something committed. All of that is ruled by Saturn, as it does in Capricorn. So again, like I said, this happens every 28, 29 years. The last time it happened, it was 28 years ago. And again, like I said, it's going to play a very important role for each zodiac sign. So anyways, let's see how Saturn will be affecting you, Gemini, for the coming 2.5 years. So Saturn is going to fall in your 8th house, okay? And your 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Planets is, you know, Pluto and Mars. And what this means is that for you Geminis, it's going to, you won't feel it very quickly. You will feel it gradually throughout the next 2.5 years. This will affect you psychologically because Gemini is, you know, the communication sign. It's all about receiving information. And when Saturn goes into this sign, it's going to be slowing down the process of communication. So it's going to be a lot of psychological issues that may arise from your past, from childhood or whatnot. You know, the 8th house is ruled from, what it rules is death, transformation, psychology, sex, and power. Okay, so these are things that are going to be playing out very, very gradually, like I said, but you guys will be feeling it for the coming next year and so on. So again, like I said, it happens very gradually, but usually in the 8th house, there's a big change. Saturn represents everything of structure, sometimes jobs. If you've been wanting to, or if you've been feeling a shift, you may have already started feeling that shift, and it may frustrate you a bit because it's a bit slower. Again, you have to put more effort into it. For those of you guys healing from relationships, from addictions, from betrayals or whatnot, as an example, it does promise and it does bring healing, but in a slower way. It's all about psychology, so it's something you're going to have to process internally. Scorpio does represent death, so a lot of you guys are going through a major transformation, as it does rule transformation. So transformation may mean a lot of you guys may be jumping jobs. You may be at a job that you've been for the past 3-4 years, and suddenly you have this feeling like you need to get out, you need to find something better, or you need to expand your wings. And you will definitely be doing this for the coming 2.5 years, as there is a transformation happening. And ultimately, Saturn in Capricorn, it's all about materialization. So it will manifest the structure, the abundance, the stability you've been looking for, but there has to be action behind it in order for you to receive that. So again, like I said, a lot of you guys will be changing jobs, being put in a position that you are genuinely passionate about or that you love doing. And again, like I said, once the effort goes into it, you will definitely be seeing the stability and the abundance coming in for you guys as well. There's going to be an inner struggle within yourself if you have or have been dealing with your shadow self. So what does that mean? Gemini's shadow self can represent being a bit, what's the word, manipulative, You can manipulate the way you communicate. So, you know, quote unquote, what people would consider lies. You know, lying, cheating, all of that. There's going to be an inner struggle. And what that means is, because there's a transformation happening, you may have a certain belief system, and you're starting to feel like you're doing something wrong in regards to relationships, in regards to your faith, in regards to whatever it is. And the reason for that, again, like I said, you know, Scorpio represents all about death. So it represents a major transformation. Endings come with that, unfortunately. So for a lot of you guys, again, like I said, that have been dealing with addictions, you know, that's part of your shadow side. Whether it's drinking, whether it's doing drugs, whether it's overeating, whatever it may be, there's going to be an inner struggle. Like, you're going to start feeling that there needs to be a shift, there needs to be a change, and it's slowly but gradually, okay? So if you guys are trying to cut cigarette smoking, if you guys are trying to exercise more often or eat more healthy or whatnot, now is the time to do it, because it won't help you completely cold turkey to end doing those addictions, but it's something that if you do gradually, you will be able to unchain yourself from those type of bondages, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Anyways, you know, it's going to teach you a lot about self-control. And again, like I said, it's a slow process. You know, the 8th house is all about partnerships, you know, income, more than anything, partnerships, income, and a little, you guys might have noticed that in the past 2 years, 3 years and a half, you guys have been on a tight budget or have been struggling money-wise. And a lot of this has to do with because you're coming out of your 8th house going into the 9th house. Leaving the 7th house going into your 8th house. So again, you guys have already been experiencing this for some of you Geminis, and the 8th house definitely, your income may be a little bit pinched in the beginning coming year. Nonetheless, the reason for that is because it's teaching you to have more value into what you're doing, to have more value into what really matters. So again, like I said, this transformation may be a little in regards to income. You may feel, or perhaps some of you guys are already experiencing this, but going into the 8th house, you guys are going to start to experience that the income is a little bit pinched. You're a little bit more tight on money, and it's always for a higher purpose. So what I mean by this is, for example, those of you guys that are in a long-term committed relationship, and both of you guys have been working, you know, since you guys have been together, as an example, you may find that your partner, based on where they work at or whatnot, they're sending them back to college because they need a certain type of degree or whatever, which means they're going to cut their hours. Income's going to be a little bit more scarce, but from that scarcity, there's a higher purpose, meaning the education they get in the coming 2 years and a half is going to pay out. So what I mean by that is it's to the benefit and to the highest interest of you. And this is the way it's going to be playing out for the coming 2 years and a half, like I said. So you will you will ultimately end up finding that it was to the best of your interest, as it will imply more income, more money, more advancements, even a higher position or whatnot. But again, it came from hard work, because Saturn is all about hard work, unfortunately. So again, with that of partnerships, you know, practice hard work. This is what Saturn is going to be teaching you to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve. In regards to matters of inheritance or court cases, it may be a long process. There may be some delays, as this also affects the 8th house. So what this means is, if you guys are currently in child custody, or you guys have been going to court for a case or whatnot, in regards to paperwork and it's going to be gradual. It will ultimately rule for you, and you will ultimately end up having positive outcome in this case or whatnot. But there may be delays. It may be prolonged a little bit longer, as Saturn is all about slow and steady. It's like they're promising you that the manifestation will come through, but it will not come through easy. Now is not the time to take shortcuts. Now is not the time to be clever with Saturn. Saturn is the karma planet, so whatever it is that we've been doing in a negative aspect, for example, if you have a high position and you have, gotten accustomed to, I wouldn't say mistreating people, but accustomed to, pushing people around, bullying them, whatever it may be, just taking the power to your interest instead of to a higher interest, which is that of the company you work for. All of this is going to be shining. All of this is going to be coming out. People are going to be speaking against you. So again, now is the time to try the best we can to balance our shadow side, or to do something by taking action. Again, like I said, with addictions and whatnot, taking action or taking steps towards, being able to manage that and to slowly but surely release ourselves from all of that. Again, like I said, Scorpio is all about death. It's all about endings. It's all about new beginnings as well. So keep that in mind. For a lot of Gemini, some of you guys may have already been experiencing the loss of a relationship. For others, it may play out for the next coming 2 years. That, if the relationship is not working. And Saturn in Capricorn also represents, the practicalities of everything. So again, in regards to relationships, if your partner has been overspending, if they've been not being smart about the money that you work for very hard for or whatever, it may become an issue now, because in some way it's kind of like they're bringing you down in a way. And if that's the issue, those issues may arise now, because Saturn, again, like I said, it's all about, Saturn is the father planet. So it's all about structure and it's all about balance. So again, keep that in mind, you guys, because if there's been issues that have been brewing in your relationship, whether it's with infidelities, whether it's with mistrust in each other, whether it's whatever that is, it could represent that it's going to arise to the point where you're going to have to take action, whether it's walking away from a relationship. Endings do come with the 8th house, as it is represented, Scorpio. It is a trait of Scorpio, which is the transmutation and regeneration. So it's the beginning process of an ending, but also the beginning process of a new beginning as well. For some of you guys, it could also represent partnerships that ended, long time ago. And for some reason, circumstances happen where it brings you guys back together, where you guys can put effort, and both of you guys are willing to put effort. There may be new beginnings for you guys. So again, it's going to play very differently for everyone, depending if it's, if you are a first Gemini or second or whatnot. It's going to play out very differently. But again, like I said, you guys will start to see the effects probably by January, all the way through, again, like I said, 2.5 years, so almost 3 years. So you guys try the best you can to stay positive. And again, like I said, you may find yourself coming back to this reading when things start to unravel, to get more clarity or deeper understanding of what's going on. So anyways, let's get into your reading. Let's see what Spirit has for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising regarding the general reading for the month regarding December 2017. See, this is exactly what we're talking about. All right, let's see. Spirit, what are the messages for Geminis for the month of December 2017. Again, you guys, I do want to let you guys know, Saturn going into Capricorn, it's all about manifestations. It is the ruling planet of exactly that. But it comes through hard work. So for those of you guys that have been wanting to achieve or make a goal or something happen, now is not the time to sit back and rely on luck. Now is the time to really, put the metal to the pedal or something, whatever saying that saying goes, to actually put effort into it. And I guarantee you guys will definitely be seeing positive outcomes. All right, so your first card that popped out was the Karma card. Again, Saturn going into Capricorn. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Well, whoa. All right. So you guys have 3 queens already. All right. Okay. Geminis. So you have the Karma card. Again, like I said, being represented by Saturn. Saturn rules this. So again, a lot of things from the past coming back or even aligning itself. For some of you guys may be dealing with the water sign. A water sign would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Someone that you've known for a while, perhaps there was a falling out. There's communication with this person, and this person is trying to speak to you, or trying to come to you in regards to getting clarity in regards to something. But I don't feel that this is going to be connected to you particularly. This has something to do with fears and anxiety from their part. So it could be that they come to you to get information from another person, wanting to get some type of clarity or know what they're doing or what they're up to. For some of you guys, it could be an ex-partner, an ex-lover of a person you know and you're still in contact with. So they communicate with you because they want to get information from you based on their anxieties and fears. It may play out that way for some. For others, it could just represent a past lover, a person from the past that's trying to communicate with you and having almost like depending or trying to depend on you based on them having difficulties, having anxieties, having fears, or that they're dealing with depression. For other Geminis, it could represent a person that you're actually partnered with, and this person that you're partnered with may be dealing with anxiety or depression at the present time. Now, you do have the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles, again, stability starts to roll in for you guys, seeing things in a very different perspective. You do have the Knight here, and the Knight is almost cutting out this water sign. So I feel that for some, it could be a person that you're actually connected. It could be a partner for some of you guys that you've been dealing with or dating that have been keeping things from you or doing things on sneaky behavior. And I feel that for the month of December, there may be a decision that has to do or involve something to do with a third party type of energy where you will be cutting pretty much the cord or releasing that and moving forward. You do have 3 queens here. Like I said, 3 queens, more than 2 queens for me, represent rumors, represent people putting a very close attention to what you're doing or what you're up to. It could also represent spiteful people, so be careful with that, and be careful with the people that you allow into your home. Don't trust them very much, or don't be very open with them, as it's usually people that try to conspire against us or want or just come around just to see that have we failed yet, you know, basically. So try to keep yourself at bay and away from those people. Now, you do have the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands could represent the fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. I feel that this person may be a partner. It could be a partner. And I feel that they've been kind of lost or at a loss for the connection with you in regards to past behaviors you've been doing, whether it's you, the one that has been sneaky and meddling with this water sign. And this person has been knowing that for a while, and the reason why they're sticking out or sticking around is because they're hoping or wanting the manifestation of something committed or something long-term. For those of you guys, again, like I said, Saturn going into Capricorn, it's all about, you know, it's all about ultimately karma. So again, you guys need to stop that type of bullshit, because now's the time to do that. If not, you will get caught. So anyways, moving forward, there's definitely blessings coming your way and truths coming out in regards to people, in regards to relationships, or in regards to business even. For some of you guys have been dealing with a water sign in the business aspect and income aspect, and this person has been a bit spiteful or has been conspiring against you or talking ill about you. But I feel that I would say the 3rd week of December going into January, all of this is going to come to light, as the Ace of Swords does represent honesty and truthfulness coming out, and the sun is shining the truth. So again, know that if people have been being a little bit spiteful or being a little bit, you know, basically on the outs for trying to get you or trying to catch you. This is going to come to light, and the sun is definitely going to shine their true, you know, their true face. It's going to unveil their truth intentions for you, or what they've been wanting or what they've been doing. So again, there's definitely a lot of again, like I said, there's a lot of light shining into that. And again, you do have the karma card up here, so keep that in mind. For those of you guys that have been dealing with a lot of unfortunate events in your family or in the family dynamic, whether it's what's the word, whether it's having to do with income, not having enough income, or whether it's having to do with dealing with people like illnesses and stuff like that, all of that starts to balance itself out. And again, we do have the promise for stability and a joyful, prosperous moments and circumstances coming into our lives. And the sun here being represented also represents you need to come to terms and understanding that a lot of the times with this 9 of Swords here, a lot of the times we're not able to see our blessings or to see new opportunities come into our lives because we're so consumed, or we're so consumed, or we're so preoccupied looking at the bad or the negative in our lives. So it's time for you guys to release that. And if you don't release that, Saturn will definitely teach you how to release that in a negative way, because it usually brings about negative situations to teach you that exact lesson, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Like, share, and comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and we will see each other at the middle of the month, okay? Bye-bye.